A curtain call. It's your front row ticket to Broadway and beyond. This morning, we are talking about one of the newest musicals to hit the Great White Way, The Outsiders. Now, you likely read the coming-of-age book by S.E. Hinton when you were in school. Perhaps you saw the 1983 movie, which was a launching pad for so many actors like Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe, Matt Dillon, and Ralph Macchio. Now, the gritty tale has been set to a bluesy soundtrack. It's set in the 1960s in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like so many towns depicted in this era, there are the haves, known here as the Socs, and the have-nots. Those are the Greasers. Two of the show's stars, Greasers this morning. We are thrilled to have Brody Grant, who plays Ponyboy Curtis, and Sky Lakota-Lynch, who plays Johnny Cade. Great to have you guys on. This is one of my favorite shows of this new season, so we're thrilled to be talking about with you. This is your Broadway debut for both of you guys, right?
For Brody.
For
Brody,
you
yeah.
and not for you.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be on a Broadway stage right now?
Crazy. Unreal. Because, I mean, I've been a fan of this community and what musical theater can do for people for a long time. So, yeah, it feels surreal. I literally saw this one in Dear Evan Hansen, and I was a fan. Yeah. I saw him, and I was like, that guy is amazing.
Just sitting with you guys for a few minutes here, I can feel the bond. You guys have really become close, right?
We spent a lot of time together. One of my best friends.
That can go one of two ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. By the grace of God, it went well.
It went very well.
Of course, the book by S.E. Hinton is something that a lot of people have read. It has a lot of meaning for you, right, Sky?
Oh, yeah, it was the first book I ever finished. I was a kid with dyslexia, so I couldn't really read. My teacher showed us the movie, and then she tricked us into reading the book, and I got addicted after that. I read it like 17 times.
So what would your younger self think now that you're actually in a musical production of that book?
I would think I was crazy. I was like, wait, you're in a musical right now, man? Because I was a sports kid growing up.
Really?
So, yeah, I didn't really know much about musicals, so I kind of fell into it. Yeah.
Have you guys met S.E. Hinton and had a chance to talk with her about it? What was that experience like? What did it mean for you before stepping into these shoes?
I mean, it meant everything because, I mean, that's the creative mind that made these characters. And to think that she was 14 when she started writing this book, I mean, she always says in one of the passages in the book, like in one of the asides, she's like, I didn't feel like this story, I didn't feel like I tried to write it. I feel like I was chosen to write it, and it just came out of her. You know what I mean? And it's a book that has influenced, I mean, so many people for so long. So many people have read it, invested their time, their souls into it. I mean, my mom gave me the book to read, you know, when I was 14. So it's really special because Susie is, you know, she's just real. And that's the beauty of her characters. And I think that's why they continue to resonate. Like, after all this time, like, I still think they continue to resonate because she just is like, she's straightforward, she's real, she's raw, she's a really genuine, authentic person.
Yeah.
It's a book that means so much to so many. Sky, I read something interesting where so many adaptations have not really paid much attention to Johnny's race. And this really is kind of the first adaptation that does that.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, as a mixed person, especially being mixed Native American, it means the world to me because I feel like mixed people don't always get the light. You know, we're kind of whitewashed in the industry. And so, going to Tulsa with Susie and seeing the community that is there in Tulsa, it is so true that Johnny could be Native American. I mean, it's Oklahoma. The word Oklahoma means red people. You know, so I'm so grateful that our director, Tanya, allowed me to embrace myself in the role and allowed me to speak my truth.
There is this scene that is a fight scene that is unlike anything I have seen on Broadway. There is blood, there is rain, there is gravel flying. I mean, describe this, Brody. Have you ever been a part of anything like that or seen anything like that on Broadway?
Absolutely not.
How do you keep performing after this? I mean, look at this.
That is a great question. That is a great question. I continue to ask myself every day. But it's, I mean, it's by patience and taking a lot of time to really break it down. The Cooperman brothers, who are the choreographers of the show, I mean, they are two brothers. And they really understand it. They really know how to evoke the senses, you know, when they're making choreography. So, I mean, it's a pleasure. And an honor, and also a very sometimes daunting task.
I'm guessing you have scraped knees or things like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes 2 show days, I'm like, oh dang, time to rumble twice. I would need a massage soon, right quick.
Some of your bond, I think, is formed from this song that's toward the end. It's an 11 o'clock number. It's called "Stay Gold." It's inspired by a Robert Frost poem. It is this beautiful song that you two sing together. What's going through your mind when you are performing that song?
I take Brody in for sure, no matter what the day is. Like, we all go through things in life, and I just take Brody in as much as I can. And then I also like to just open up my heart chakra and remember the people who aren't here anymore, and whoever's in the audience. Like, I hope that, you know, their grandma is communicating to them, or a lost loved one. Yeah. And then when I harmonize with Brody, it's one of my favorite moments I've ever had on a stage, you know, like, just to be raw and just to be simple.
Yeah, same here. I mean, the story is really relatable for a lot of people. Everyone from all aspects of life have gone through loss, you know, and Stay Gold is I think, exactly the question that the play asks, which is, when you have so much availability almost, you know, we grew up with social media, you know what I mean? We grew up having access to maybe arguably too much, pros and cons, you know, but the beautiful thing is that, you know, Stay Gold is the message of, like, even when you see so much so early on, how can you hang on to what is beautiful? See the beauty in the fold, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I love the song, and I love connecting with Sky. I agree. It's one of the simplest and one of the most, like, my favorite parts of doing the show.
Brody and Sky, thank you both. I really appreciate your time. The Outsiders playing now at the Jacobs Theater in Manhattan.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.